Before I slide behind the curtain here, I just want to point out that Rookie looks like Ryan Reynolds with a beard.
Oh,
I can see that.
He does.
All right, welcome back to the Rockhound Podcast, or if this is your first time, welcome. We're so happy that you're here, and we want to know where you're here from.
What do we want to know?
What do we want?
We want to
Powerful
know.
pause.
Period.
Let me think about that. We want to know where you're viewing from, so go ahead and leave that in the comments for us. And without further ado, we have a very special guest on tonight. You probably can already see that, so I'm going to go ahead and just toss it over to you. Introduce yourself, and here you go. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, guys. And yes, my name is Jesse, and I am from Rockhounding, and I'm still alive. Yes.
Huzzah!
We're so happy.
Huzzah! Thank you guys for having me on. Honestly, I've been looking forward to this massively.
Thanks for coming back.
Us too.
Yeah,
Great to have you on. Yeah, it's been way too long.
Oh,
Yes,
I know.
Yes.
Right on. And who else is in the house? What about you, Kurt? Who are you?
My name's Kurt, Kurt with Rock.Hounding.Adventures out in Western Colorado.
And welcome back.
When you said Kurt, you're like, is that right?
Well, I almost call myself Dirt again. I called myself Dirt earlier when I was talking to Tess, but
That's too good.
Well, how about you, Ronald?
I'm Ronald, and I am so super sick and super.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I had to reread the name because I forgot what I typed in. I do this every week because I'll just throw in a random name in there, and then we get in and usually chat for like 10-15 minutes before the podcast actually starts. So by the time we actually start, I've already forgotten what my fake name is.
Yes.
Thank goodness there's like the little cheat in your box. Yeah.
Well, it's so long that it just ends it so super sick and I'm like, oh no, what's the rest of it?
Is that like a ASMR channel?
You
be gross
just
if it was.
Gotta
listen to me like
be.
cough and sneeze. Yeah.
The sound of the lozenge in your mouth.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, that's kind of just, I think that would have the effect on everyone else that ASMR has on me. Like normal ASMR. It makes my skin crawl. I hate it.
Yeah.
Sorry, anyway, already tangenting. I'm sorry, everyone.
Yeah.
No,
Welcome
that's
back,
all.
Ronald. Ronald. And I am Karen from Ozone Fine Art Ventures out here on the coast, and that's who's in the room right now, thank goodness. And we also have shouts, so I'll do that really quick. Thanks to Liz and Charlie for coming on last week. That was a total blast. Go check that out. Those are the Adventure Closet, and they were taking a break from the road to come on the show. We had City Rockhounding, who chimed in that he had a chance meeting with those guys, and it was the best day ever out rockhounding with them, and so I could see how that would be a really good time. Those guys are fun.
They seem like super sweet people.
Oh
yeah, they definitely do. You want to go rockhounding with those guys when they come to a town near you. Which they probably will. I don't know about Rookie. Maybe I don't know. Like, Opal could be amphibious. She might make it. All right. Sandmaker said it was another wonderful show, and that they understand that nomad life. They've been on the road for 22 years. 22 years. Doing the Rockhounding and Adventures. And he said that they were just leaving Las Vegas. And ironically, didn't Charlie say that was his least favorite place?
Yep. Yep.
Everybody's leaving Las Vegas. Let's see. Kyla Abiglen and Lisa Largent thought that the podcast was awesome and cool. They both said that, so I thought that was pretty funny, so had to lump them in together. Lisa's stomach was hurting from all the laughter, so somebody pass her some Pepto. Johnny Rockhounding tried the spinning app. So you guys remember they had like a decision maker 5000 or something like that to choose where they were going to go, and he said that he reckoned it didn't work because he always ended up at work or the supermarket. So sorry, Johnny.
Hey, I think if it's the same Johnny, I met him at a gas station the other day.
Johnny Rockhounding?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Is he Australian?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I met him.
I mean,
so
how
cool.
many Johnny Rockhoundings could there be in the
No,
world?
exactly.
just the two.
Right.
Super nice dude. It was really cool. Anyway, yeah, keep going. Sorry, tangenting.
Oh, that's awesome. No, I'm sure that he's digging the double shout. So
Yeah.
you know that you want to go rock hounding with Johnny Rockhounding too, or just meet him at a petrol station. And Ivan Lopez, Val Summers from Chasm, British Columbia. That sounds like a very epic place. And all you wonderful people over there on the Discord, and the chats chatting away, the chats peeping away, the peeps chatting away. In the chat.
The peeps
Need to go back to like yodeling this thing. We love you all, and them's the shouts. So let's jump out of that and into how everybody's week was, and we'll start with you, Jesse. So how was your week? And you can kind of catch us up on more than that because it's
yeah. My week's been pretty good. A lot of work. I'm doing a new job, which is like youth care work, and loving it. Like getting a whole ton of like, what is it? Work satisfaction, job satisfaction. Super sweet job. And I've been away for a while. I am still absolutely 100% committed to doing videos. I'm working on 4 or 5 videos right now. I'm just sort of getting myself to that stage where I can then pull the trigger. They can go out, and I can, But it's been a good week, and I've been doing good. And I'll also want to take this opportunity to thank every single person who's checked in, like people I don't even know, just checking in and sending support. Everything's fine. I've got her support. She loves me.
She's got your back and your arm and
yeah,
part of your hand.
The main reason I haven't been around is mainly because my partner and I, we decided to go separate paths, but in a happy, healthy way. And I just took some time off to land on my feet. But we're both happy. We're both good. And I've got Gucci and Scarlett. My daughter still comes and sees me, which is great.
Well, you're looking good, man. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
I just got home from work, so she's like, just ignore her.
Yeah, she's giving you the love that like all of the podcast watchers would like to be giving you. She's just the focal point of all of that. So.
Yeah.
We all feel satisfied.
Yeah. All right, come on. Good girl.
Well, thank you, Jesse. And of course, we get to hear much more about what Jesse's up to here in a little bit. So how about you, Kurt? How's your week going?
My week's going well. It's super cold outside, and Tess and I got out to Crystal River the other day. Part of it was frozen, part of it wasn't frozen. So we did a little bit of rock hounding down in the river and collected some rocks to send to my grandmother in Texas. And I found the biggest agate, the biggest river agate that we've ever found. And
how big is it?
How big was it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's pretty big. It's lined with quartz, and it's like, it has like a 2.5 3 inch seam that's probably about 12 inches across of agate, and then more quartz again. So
that's awesome.
I had to dig it out of the frozen river, so that was fun.
Oh my gosh, it's so worth it.
But it was a lot of fun. And then because I do wire wrapping, someone reached out and wanted me to do a commission piece for them of a stone that their daughter gave them. So I'm gonna polish it and wrap it, and then I think they're gonna give it back to their daughter as a Christmas gift or something. So that's pretty much how the week has been going so far.
Sweet. That sounds awesome. All right. Thank you, Kurt. How about you, Ronald?
If you couldn't tell by my name, with the fact that I keep muting myself to cough, Ronald is super sick this week, and sick and super. No, Alexa Scott started not feeling good Friday evening, and then Saturday woke up extremely sick, and I apparently celebrated too soon because I went all the way to Monday morning without catching it. And I was like, all right, I'm out of the woods. I didn't get it. And then Monday morning, I woke up with a migraine. And then this morning, I woke up feeling just awful. And yeah, I don't know, my voice sounds too different, but yeah, it's been a lot of coughing and sniffles and coughing and cough drops and sniffles.
You sound a little verklempt, but it's
Scratch.
a little.
Yeah. It's been.
But you look marvelous.
Thank you. I try. But no, because I've been sick the past. What day is it? It's Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
Wednesday. Every time I get sick, time is just non-existent. So okay, so the last 3 days, because I've been so sick, I haven't really done much. I'm hoping that I can finish a few videos that I started on Saturday in time for this weekend, but I am not confident that that is going to happen because I pushed myself way too hard today, and I'm probably staying home tomorrow. So
good.
Yeah. So I brought one of them for show and tell. Actually, well, it relates to it, I guess. It's not one of the things, but I got a few boxes from people. Derek sent me a box. Let's see. Jackie sent me a box, and Kate from Katie Did sent me a box, and I was going to do a big unboxing and show off everything and make or polish stuff from everything because Jackie sent me some Lake Superior agates and fossils, so I was going to polish Lake Superior. I don't know specifically what is in the box, but Derek sent me a box and said that I'm not allowed to open it until I'm recording. And you guys know how Derek is, so that could be anything, and I'm so excited. I'm pretty sure it's coral, but I cannot wait to see what's in there. And Kate,
pure reaction video.
Yeah, exactly.
Yay.
And then Kate sent me a bunch of she lucked on a state where she was able to buy a bunch of lower grade Lightning Ridge opal.
Oh, nice.
So she sent me a flat rate parcel of some Lightning Ridge opals, and I have been making triplets because they're like little flakes.
Fine.
So yeah, exactly. So they're like,
I still love you.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. They're too thin to make like cabochons, but man, you put a backing and a quartz cap on top. Oh my gosh, those things are amazing. So
and then there's no pressure about the color bar.
Yeah, exactly. Because they're like as thinner than cardboard. So the little chips, it's literally
it's either
just
there or it isn't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, and that's why I actually talk about this in that video. I know triplets and doublets have kind of a stigma that surrounds them in a lot of the opal community because people aren't always honest and try to sell doublets and triplets as though they're solid opals. But man, triplets and doublets should not have any stigma around them so long as you're telling people that it's what it is, because you can take rocks that you normally would never be able to work with and make really nice jewelry out of it. And because they're cheaper, they're just accessible. I mean, you by a degree of, if you've got a solid opal this big that's from Lightning Ridge that has good color play, that could be like a 5-figure stone. Whereas if that's a triplet, that's probably like a 2-figure stone. So it's like you get the best of both worlds, but it's still affordable for everyone. So I love triplets. I love making triplets. So that's what I was
like making them, and it's so much less pressure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you just flatten it around the color bar, put it on a backing, quartz over top, done. It's so nice. Yeah, I love making them. But yeah, that's what I was doing today, and I'm hoping that I can get it done in time, but I'm not confident at this point.
Well, take it easy, man.
Yeah, I know. I've been pushing myself a little too hard lately.
Yeah, that's easy.
But it also sucks though, because now my week plan was also to get a project for the second channel started. And yeah, I haven't done that yet either. So I'm gonna have a week to hammer out an entire project and edit. So I'm getting a little stressed, but we're gonna just take it easy.
Yeah, just drink tea.
Yeah,
Chill.
or cider at the moment.
Or cider, or both simultaneously.
I've been flip flopping between cider, tea, and coffee, which I really shouldn't be drinking coffee right now, but I think I might die. Like my heart might literally stop if I don't have at least a cup of coffee. At this point, like, I might keel over.
It's the only thing animating you.
Yeah. Pretty much. But yeah, other than that, that's been my week for the most part. I was going to do more fossil prepping, but I'm going to wait till my head isn't pulsing to work with tools that are pulsing and loud.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Right on.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I hope that you feel better, and thank you. And basically I've been probably doubling down for both Ronald and I for just being over busy. So it's another one of those weeks, cleaning, more web updates, cutting the Hampton Butte stuff. You get to see some of the Hampton Butte material tonight. And by this time, also the video is out. That really cinches me in on making sure that happens. I should do that more often. I just have to say it out loud. So I make myself publish the darn things. And so also working on a bunch of jewelry. That must be like the vibe, Kurt. Just really digging on setting pieces of metal on fire and of course playing with the pretties and setting them. So all that stuff will be hitting the website probably as a collection. And that's pretty much my week. I've just been playing with the pretties and setting things on fire. Yeah. Good, right?
Living the life.
All right, and so we are on to questions and mayhem from Jesse. So does anybody want to start off with a query for Jesse?
Oh, yeah.
Not everybody all at the same time.
I have several, but okay.
Okay, go ahead. Get us started, man.
So, are you planning on doing some lapidary videos up front?
First video is more like a going back to the creek, because I didn't actually rock hound for very much.
Yeah.
Because every time I rock,
yeah.
Because I mean, what if you find like the best thing you've ever found, and you're like, oh, I wasn't filming. So
it's the burden we carry, right?
Yeah. And then like, but I just wasn't in the head frame to be all, hi guys. And I'm like, I can't, you're going to see it in my eyes. I'm not happy.
Not since.
Well, I mean, yeah, I know. I totally know what you mean. Bobby Duke took like a 4-month break because his depression was just so bad. He's like, I can't be goofy right now. You're going to tell I'm forcing it.
Yeah, that was my main thing for the break as well, was that not that I have to maintain just this happy. I just am always myself, but myself at that point was just figuring life out. And not, I wasn't carefree. So my first video is where I get back to the creek, and it's sort of like reintroducing, putting my feet back in the water and loving it's healing, super healing.
Oh, yeah.
So healing going back there. And like, but I've got an idea for my next lapidary video, which will be straight up, garage lapidary. Old school backyard.
Rookie style.
Rookie style. And but yeah, I'm gonna work on a couple of small pieces of blue that I've gotten. Yeah,
that'll be good.
yeah.
That'll make you feel good anyway.
I was actually, the last video I was doing just before I stopped was I got for my birthday, I got a ultrasonic cleaner.
Oh,
because I was like, they had it at the lapidary club, and it really helps take the compound off of the rocks if there's any little, pit or anything like that. And I was like, "Ooh, I can get that," and it can be like a new way of cleaning the scum off the rocks.
Nope.
Nope. I was so excited, and I'm so disappointed in it. I was so disappointed that it's still in the garage set up with the ring light and everything like that. So yeah, but
Oh,
I
no.
am gonna play around with it because I do think it did bring out some of the really cool texture of the rock. Like I don't know, it's pretty cool. So I'm going to do a little experimental video with that, seeing how different minerals or textures of rocks sort of react to that ultrasonic cleaningness.
Yeah.
Find out what it will do. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Mhm.
How about you,
Yeah.
Kurt? Have you got a
Well, I think he already answered. I was going to ask if he's gotten any new lapidary gear, which he just kind of.
Yeah. So that's. I mean, I probably. Oh no, actually, I did for the last Makers channel. Gosh, it's so long since I've done a video. For the last Makers channel, I went out and bought a Dremel, and that was for the wooden thing that I made, like the wooden base.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna look into trying out some carving.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Come to the dark side.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, exactly.
right.
So much.
So
Yes.
I just need to. I think I'm gonna look on. I got to find out some good burrs and stuff like that are for rocks, because the ones I get
We'll talk.
from like a hardware store, they're not.
They don't do the job.
No,
Nope.
they don't. I was gonna say we can talk after this. I'll give you all the links you need.
Let's go.
Yeah. I can send you some soapstone.
I am going to annoy my neighbors. It'll be like 10 o'clock at night. Just,
They're quiet.
about doing that?
Not
Like,
so
anyway.
loud.
Yeah, they're actually not as loud as the majority of my other tools.
Like saws
Yeah.
and things that you could
Yeah.
use inside
Well,
to
yeah, that's
really
true.
annoy people.
I was actually thinking about doing like a nighttime black light saw video, but I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
I have to wait till like certain neighbors are out of town because of the HOA thing, So
Oh yeah, you don't want to push the HOA.
I'll just drag everything out to the middle of the golf course and then just do it out there.
That would make such the cool video, though.
Mhm.
I mean, everybody would enjoy watching that.
Yeah. I reckon like drone shot coming around, just
There you
circling
go.
around you in the middle of the dark with the lights. That'd be sick. That'd be so good. But yeah, other than that, so like the next lapidary equipment, well, actually no, the next bit of equipment that I'll be buying for myself for videos and stuff will be a laptop, like a MacBook Pro, and trying to learn editing on that, and so I can be a bit less limited in how I can make my videos and stuff like that. Because right now it's still all on the phone, which is working great, but yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be fun to explore that.
I totally
love it.
understand. Like I did the same thing you do.
Yeah.
On the phone.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I totally understand.
Like
Dude.
you've got to be real creative with, like, to get one thing that you would normally just click a button on a computer. You got to like do 3 things, record it, then re-import it back. It's like,
I don't know how you guys do it.
Yeah,
Seriously.
I've done a few on my phone, and I'm like, I appreciate my laptop so much.
yeah,
And a
Yeah.
good program.
I would not.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
night and day from Filmora, from the software I was using before. Oh my gosh.
yeah.
You're
welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Kyle.
Yeah.
We're all
I was gonna say,
more converts.
I'm pretty sure Kyle got Karen on Filmora, and then
Yeah.
Karen got me on Filmora. So yeah,
I may
it
have
was
tried that.
so much better than the one I was using. The other one I was using
Yeah.
was great, but I just got to a point where the stuff I was trying to do with it was way too much for what I was trying to do with a free software.
It's
Yeah.
super easy to use too.
Filmora, yeah, it really is.
Yeah. It
very
turns it
intuitive.
into a creative tool instead of it being like the thing you have to do. Like one of the reasons why I think that it takes me so long to produce videos is that like, oh, I gotta try this cool thing, and how about this, and you know, you get into the process. So it's not just like the going and doing the rock hounding. It's like the production of it can be so fun.
I reckon it's about.
Absolutely.
I reckon it would have to be about 50% of the joy of this whole thing. Is the rock hounding is amazing, and that's why we do it. We love it, and that's why we're filming it, because we love it so much. But then doing the editing and making it into this. Every video has a story, whether it's super in depth or not. But like, and getting it, it's so much fun. And then choosing music, and I love it. I miss it.
That can sometimes take forever though. Like just use the right song.
Yes, yeah.
And then especially if you're doing it from a phone, like you have to like figure out like secret doors that you don't know about. Like for me, like I have to do a screen recording of the video that's copyright free on YouTube, and then I transfer it to another program or app to export the audio and then upload it back to that program.
Dude,
I would highly recommend Epidemic.
Oh, I was just gonna say, but I didn't know
Epidemic
if I could say brand names.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I've got a.
Did you get a subscription?
Yeah.
Yep.
I love Epidemic. It's fantastic, and it's got a just gigantic library of stuff.
Yeah.
So I've never gone onto Epidemic and not found exactly the song I was looking for.
Or even songs that you like. Oh, hi. even songs that you're like, I didn't know I needed to use this song, but I need to make this work. Like, okay, that is some fat bass, and I'm gonna put it here. Like,
No, totally. It's weird now though with the second channel, because you can only have, it's like you have to buy a commercial subscription to add in a second channel onto
that's weird.
Epidemic. So it's like $45 a month.
Oh.
And I'm like, dude, I don't want to do that yet. The second channel isn't monetized yet. I'm not putting that kind of money into the second channel until it's monetized.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, so because if
we're
you
not,
have more
we're
than
not
one,
PewDiePie over here.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Come on.
Yeah. So if you have a second channel to add a second channel onto your main profile, it makes the system recognize it as a commercial account and not a private account. So it's been interesting finding all of my tracks online in various places.
What if you sorry, this is going to be boring for rock people. I'll wrap it up. Sorry, everybody down in the chat.
It's not boring, because like we're giving information, like if for people that want to start their own channel.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
So Mora, which is a editing program, which has two options. You can either pay for like one-time fee, or you can pay a monthly subscription for all the goodies. You have Epidemic Sound, which it's a paid subscription, but you can use the music as much as you want on your channel. Whereas YouTube, which I post in our Facebook group, where they're creating a YouTube music thing now, but there's like so many like
it's dangerous. Like
it's dangerous. So Epidemic Sound is
Epidemic is the best.
Yeah, it's worth it, especially if your channel's monetized and you're like making a little bit of money. It pays for itself.
It really is. It's industry standard as well. Like you'll hear the tracks on Epidemic on commercials on TV. Like that's the quality of stuff you're finding.
And then
I'll look into that. One of the like main things, like I try to do stuff as free as possible, but like when you find royalty free music, but it's part of you have to have a like a subscription with that company in order to use it. I don't realize that, and I go ahead and use that as in my video, and then I get hit with a copyright claim, and I'm like, crap. I'll just like roll out and I just won't worry about monetization with this video and just let it go, because I don't want to redo it.
Because you're already sort of locked on that song and going, that works. I've edited it to this and stuff like that. And then once you find out, like people are like, "Oh, you can just chop that bit out of the video." I'm like, "Well, you could just cut the Mona Lisa as well." No, I'm joking. I'm not comparing myself but like you're attached to that creation, and you're like, no, this whole thing is a piece of my artwork. And it sucks because there can be some songs that at the time of making it, it's royalty free, and then that artist gets approached by a label or a big producer, and they're like, we want to sample that, and they're like, oh dude, sweet, all of that royalty freeness goes. And so your old videos can be like, you might not be thinking you're making much revenue off anything like that, which, you know, like in who knows how a video can just be like meh, and then pop
out of
and
nowhere.
then and it would suck for that to, you know, it's not all about the money, but it's great if one does do that. You're like, oh sweet, I can get a new tool, or I can, you know, I can sign up to Epidemic.
Exactly. Epidemic is awesome. It's really, really good.
Yeah, it's really good. Hey, well, Ronald, why don't you just make a separate Epidemic account, because it would work out cheaper in the long run?
Yeah, I actually looked at that, and it legit would be cheaper to make 2 separate Epidemic accounts than to upgrade my main account to add a second channel onto it. But I'm going to do that. I'm just waiting until I don't like to put too much like capital into something until it's actually like earning enough to justify that. So
yeah,
so
I mean, it took me 4 years before I paid for music.
Exactly. Like I was on for quite some time. I was using the YouTube audio library for the longest time. Then I swapped to Epidemic like I think a year ago, if I remember correctly. But yeah, once the second channel is monetized, that'll be like the first thing I do is make an Epidemic for that one. Because I have to go to like 19 different places to find all my stuff. It's like all these different like audio copyright free, free use, royalty free libraries. And then whenever I need sound effects, I have to go to one place. If I need stock images, I have to go to a different place. Like it's a whole thing.
I found that I think it's called, is it called Audio Library? It's a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And they've got like bands like Le Gang. You can't go wrong with them. Like, and a lot of their stuff. Like, I actually spoke to one of their the band members, and I was like I DM'd them, slid right in there, and I was like, hey, is this? I just want to let you guys know I'm getting copyright striked for one of your songs. If it's you guys, sweet. But if it's not, I just want to let you know someone's messing with your stuff. And they're like, no, we are so sorry. That's a problem, a glitch with it. So we're gonna, we're talking to the label and everything like that to come back on. So those guys are legit. They're copyright free, but it's not fail safe as well.
Yeah. Yep.
Go to Epidemic Sound.
Yeah.
Go to Epidemic Sound.
Hashtag not a sponsor. Just probably clarify, not sponsored by Epidemic.
Only we were sponsored.
I know.
They do have
actually,
they do have a sponsorship program where, like, if you pretty much have, if you refer someone and like they use like whatever code like you have, like you can actually get money off like a month.
Wow.
Up to 12 months actually. But
I don't bother with that because, like, you know, I could probably, I could have probably gotten some kind of referral from like getting you guys on the oh gosh, what's it called?
Filmora?
Yeah, Filmora. I think there is something for that too, but I'm not gonna bother.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, it's
my information's free.
Yes.
Thanks, man. we like free. Free is a good price.
Free is good.
Free is a good
Free is
price.
good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And even though we're talking about all these things that cost money, I want to clarify that I hit like 20,000 subscribers, like 19,000 subscribers before buying any of these paid services. So you don't need them.
Yes.
They help a lot, but you can totally make a successful channel not spending a single penny on your channel.
I mean, I do use Canva for my thumbnails, and that's technically
Yep.
free if you don't buy the pro version.
Yeah, I use
That's
GIMP.
what I do. GIMP. I'll have to look that up.
GIMP is awesome. I really like GIMP.
For everyone's listening, be sure that you're taking notes because
It's like dollar store Photoshop. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
cool.
way more intuitive
Good
than
program.
Photoshop.
Nice. Yeah. Over on the Discord, a few people were talking about wanting to start a channel and being, scared to get their feet wet, basically not
Do it.
sure about when they'd want to.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And you
Just
just
do it. There's
do it.
never a good
want to
time.
push them
Just-
off the diving board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, let
Yeah.
me help you. 'Cause-
yeah.
and there
I-
are. Go ahead. Yeah.
Well, like I'm sitting here talking with you guys. I think and this isn't like a flex or anything like that because I haven't done anything in this last 6 months for it. But like, I think I'm at about 40 something thousand, and
Mhm.
I did the main reason for starting the channel. And the first video I did was rocks that I was about to tumble on a towel. You could hear Scarlett in the background with her friend playing Mario Kart. And it went from there, and it was just filmed on my phone. A really terrible generic audio track on loop behind it. That was for the first. Yeah, that was like for the first 15 videos, and I thought I was being smart. I'm like, no, see, when people hear a video with this track, they're gonna be like, oh, that's a rookie video. And then people were like, dude, can you change your song? I'm like, which was actually, it was in a nice way. It actually was really good feedback. But yeah, you just start.
Yep.
If you love it and you're passionate about it, you don't have to bang it on. You don't have to fake it. People will see it and they'll be drawn to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that go ahead.
No, sorry, just real quick. And there's every single person is a different character. So
Yes,
that's what is, and there is so much space for everybody. Like, yeah. Okay, so go, Karen.
No, that's what makes it interesting. I was just adding to that the trepidation. We all talked about this in one of the other times that you were on about being on camera. I think that, and this person was definitely articulating that the thing about being on camera, so don't be on camera for the first however many videos then.
Yeah, you don't
worry about it.
I wasn't.
Ease yourself into it. I know that, like, I could have been like a monster of some kind of organ or something.
Yeah, I didn't show my face for so long before like I actually finally started doing it. And then when I did start showing myself on camera, like I sounded like a robot. I was so nervous when I started. I had to record everything and then do voiceovers later.
Yeah,
because I was so nervous I couldn't talk while the camera was rolling. So
that's, I'm sure
everyone starts somewhere.
Yeah, it's refreshing for everybody to hear that.
Yes.
Have y'all had the time where you're just like sitting there just staring up at the camera, not saying anything, just staring at it like
Yep. And not only that,
awkwardly,
you're standing waist deep in water in the middle of a creek without a fishing pole, going trying to remember think of the right way to phrase something.
How many takes did you just do doing
probably,
that? And people watching or going like
yeah. Honestly, it probably shows from the weird random wordage and phrasing that I have on my channel, but I adopted a mentality of emptying my head when I start recording, and it helps so much. You just one take every time. That's whatever gets out of my mouth is what ends up on the video. Like the only time I ever do redos is if I like totally just trip over my words. But even then, sometimes I'll just include that. Like I think on the second channel, there are a few times where I'm literally just like blah blah blah, and then I just start over.
You should just make a video of just like 5 minutes of just your like retakes.
Right.
I promise I have some like backed up somewhere of just.
I'm actually like thinking about doing an outtake video because I have so many little things like that where just
those
all of
things
the little word trips.
They help, not that you do it on purpose, but they help form a oh gosh, what's the word? A film familiarity with the audience.
Oh,
So they
yeah.
sort
Yeah.
of
Oh,
they
yeah.
go, oh, human, sweet.
Yeah.
Like,
That person's
right.
not a robot.
Yay.
Exactly. Well,
Yeah.
I got some feedback actually. I can't remember after which guest, but somebody was telling me how much they loved the podcast, not because we're all rad, but because they
Oh
got
no,
to
you're
course,
pretty
see,
but-
rad, Karen.
they got to see their favorite channels just in the wild, because most
Mhm.
of the time
Yeah.
we have sort of produced a little bit, at least, our videos, and
Mhm.
not the worst stuff usually isn't there. You know, like some things are missing. And so just to see somebody flow in a different
Yeah.
way is
Yeah.
cool, you know, just
Yep.
answering questions and chit-chatting and that sort of thing. So exactly what you said, Jesse, the human
Yeah.
part of it.
That's my favorite
Yeah.
thing about the podcast.
Is that we're
Yeah.
humans? I
Well,
mean, we
that
could be
too. I
dogs or-
appreciate the fact that we're humans, but no, I just mean the like getting to see all of your favorite channels, what they're like, not on camera. You know,
Yeah.
hangout time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, it is. And the other thing that we were discussing as far as that person that wanted to start the channel was that she was saying, I'm just an introvert.
Me
Oh,
too.
Me. Yeah.
So
Right?
introverted.
All of us.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh. I
We're-
cannot
we're-
put into words how introverted I am.
Yeah.
And yet we're so
Yeah.
introverted that we all hang out together and just are
Yes.
introverted against everybody else, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
We're in
Yes.
good company.
Well, I'm like
Yeah.
3 billion% introverted until I meet someone that's into rocks. It's like, okay, we can talk. Let's talk.
Now we can talk.
Yeah, exactly.
hmm Or me, if I meet someone with ADHD as well, I'm like, you too? Woo! Like, best friends running around. Yeah.
All right, so everybody out there wanting to spawn a new channel, do it. Just
Do it.
Do
Just
it.
do it.
And
Absolutely.
if you're
Oh,
introverted,
gosh.
it's going to probably
Dante.
be even better. Hey, Dante.
Hey, Dante.
Alexis just got back and I just got freaking attacked. Hello,
Yeah,
sweet
you
girl.
did. Aw, that's
I
a
love her
good
so
kind of
much.
attacking.
She is
Yeah.
such a sweetheart. I love her so much.
Yeah, very lovable. Dante, do you have any questions for Jesse?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, no, I don't. I take the meat off the bone. I give the bone to Gucci. Yeah.
Always asking that question.
Yeah. It's your standard go-to for dog questions, I tell you.
Yup.
Always the same. They've got one thing on their mind. I was kind of curious as to, you know, after you have spent this time away, what's the thing that you most miss about doing the videos or getting out there?
It really, well, sorry, long
My
pause.
gosh, Dante.
Thinking is
Um,
good.
There's a couple of things. So like it's the interaction with other people and hearing from other people, not to like float an ego or anything like that, but there is a community there. So it's like I haven't had as much I think that's a more I feel bad. I think that one's more that I feel bad. I feel bad that I haven't been doing that to people, but I have absolutely been just sort of shocked at how kind people are being in like they haven't forgotten about me. Yes.
Oh.
But like it's really sweet. But I think the biggest thing I've missed is the creativity of it. And I sort of like back to that discussion about being nervous to put a video out. I've been working on my next video for 3 months. 3 months ago, I was planning on bringing it out, and I'm like second guessing everything. I'm like, oh, is that good enough? So I knew at that point I shouldn't release it because I'm not doing it from the same place I was doing it at the beginning. And so it's like I'm now, I think the thing I'm most grateful for with my videos is it wasn't a toxic relationship, me and my videos, but I've got a way better relationship with them now. Like I can't wait to post them, but I'm not gonna. There was nights, and this might sound weird to you, but like I get anxiety and stuff like that, just normal anxiety and stuff. But on some of those Friday nights when it was time to post, and I knew I wasn't quite happy with the audio, I still had to do a thumbnail, and I still had to type out all the description things. I would come home, and instantly when I got in the door, I'd start dry reaching from being nervous and going, oh crap, I got to get it done. I meant to have it up by this time. Oh no, I've waited 2 weeks already. It was this, it wasn't that it became not fun, because I absolutely love a challenge and a time frame, but I wasn't like, it would stress me out. So now I've got a better thing. Like once the video's done, it'll go out then. And I apologize to any watchers or subscribers that are like, oh, but I want the 2-week schedule. It's like, no, I'll give you a better video, hopefully.
Yes.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
No fine video should come before its time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, back to your question. Yeah, the tangent town. I'm absolutely
I love
tangent
it. Drive us down that road.
The biggest thing I've missed is, oh gosh, rockhounding as well. I miss that. I've been twice in 6 months.
Oh man,
which is
that's
nuts.
Way too little.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not okay.
No, not okay. And like but so it's been hard to, I'm jumping around. Yeah, anyway. The rockhounding, the people community vibe, which people have been still filling my bucket with that. And then the creativity. So I just need to release that other video, and all my worries will go away.
Well, I can assure you that you have absolutely not been forgotten. I get at least one comment every other video asking if I know where Rookie is, and I always say he'll be back. Don't worry.
Oh, don't! He's gonna make me cry.
So, dude,
they love you.
They didn't go anywhere. They're waiting for you to come back. They'll be there. I promise.
I think all I care about is if the person who's watching likes it. If they like it and they're still like, I like that. Like I was just on Reddit before, searching up my show and tell and seeing if anyone knew what it was. And someone popped on there and they're like, if you're the same Rookie rockhounding from YouTube, I just want to say thank you. You brought me through some of my darker times. And
Oh,
that's awesome.
But that's what everyone else does. We don't do it for that reason, and it's a real eye opener. It's pretty humbling when someone is able to say that to you. I don't know why I'm a bit teary right now. I'm good. I'm back.
Yay.
So yeah,
we appreciate that. Yeah. This is an amazing community, and you don't have a feel for the outreach. So every now and again, when you do get a message like that, it's kind of a stunner, eh?
Yeah, massively.
I know. I get it constantly. Just want to assure you that I'm constantly getting, where's Rookie at?
No, thank you, man. That's so cool. Like, yeah. And it's ultimately so I can be more present as Rookie as well. Be better sure-footed.
Yeah. I think you made a great point about sincerity. And I think that's where a lot of new channels, they get their cringe factor, the first time that you ever film yourself doing anything or you hear your voice. I mean, you hear your voice through your skull. So the way that you hear your voice when it's recorded is what everybody else hears. And you're going like, I sound like that?
Yeah.
Alexis gets weirded out when I record around her because she's like, "You just flip this switch and you go from like normal Theo into YouTube mode." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And I was like, "You just go from like plotting around, being all jokey and stuff, and then it's like, okay, well, I got to do an intro. Hey, everyone!" I was like, "Welcome back." It's like, it weirds me out how you can just jump into that. It's like, oh, I did not learn that. Did not come overnight. It's just...
And it's not like, and it's sort of, it's weird. Like, it's not like you go into
what, Alexis?
put on.
She's like, that's because your normal sassy self turns into a weird, outgoing altruist, and it creeps me out.
It's not like you go, like you change anything about yourself, but you ultimately with videos, people got to be interested, and so you're like, and people's time is the most valuable thing they have, so you do want to get things across, with it not being fake, but it's almost like I take my filter off when I go to film.
Exactly.
I take my little kid filter off and go, okay, little kid, go.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's the best way to describe it.
Like, yeah.
You're not putting on a show for a camera. It's just like, all right, brain, have fun. Do what you want.
Go for it, buddy. Here you go.
That's the best explanation that I've heard.
Yes.
And that's probably good advice for those of you that need to press that record button the first time. Just take the filter off.
Yep. And don't be scared of the camera.
Don't be what?
Don't be scared of the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not gonna bite.
Yeah. I mean,
mine did once.
It is weird to like,
but I got better. It's fine.
For those that like want to start a channel, it is weird to like talk to a camera for like the very first time. Like if you're by yourself or not used to it, it's very. I can't think of the right word. It's not normal.
Yeah,
it feels weird.
But like after a while, you get used to it. But then, like once you start getting used to it, then you have to like get used to filming yourself around other people, and I'm still not used to that part.
I'm not.
I'm
okay.
I'm getting kind of used to that. Apparently, I have a video voice to where like Tess says when there's a video going, like a video camera going, my voice changes and I start sounding different. But
hi, I'm Kurt.
See, I do so many collabs that I've never had an issue. Well, I did the first time I went out, but anymore, I do so many collabs with all of the many Montana Rockhound, channels over here, and then with Kyle and stuff and Derek. So it's like I'm pretty desensitized to it at that point. But the one that really weirds me out is doing it in public where other people can see you. If I'm with other YouTubers, no problem. No problem whatsoever. Or like a Rockhound, like that's fine. But if if I'm shelling on the beach recording someone as I walk by them sitting on the beach, that's like oh gosh, just hide the camera. No one
welcome to my world.
Like that's
like at
a
a
different
washout thing. There's people all doing their thing, and then they kind of like what we were talking about with Jesse, and you're like
exactly. If I'm with other YouTubers or Rockhounds, it's no problem. It's only when strangers are nearby. There's an actual term for that.
What is it?
It's called vlogger's anxiety, and it's a real thing. Not even joking. I'm not even joking.
Do you think it's because people are like, it's less like, for example, like you did all the collabs with all the other YouTubers. Do you think it's because like you like are not only more comfortable with them, but that they do the same thing in front of a camera?
Yeah, exactly.
And, like the strangers you think that they're judging you, I think.
Yeah, pretty much.
Totally. Yeah. And your fellow Rockhounds know about your foolishness. So they like
And see, like
even
Paulie,
if it's Rockhounds, it's like it's fine. If just to watch one episode know that I'm absurd.
And Paulie and Benny are used to me. Like you'll hear them. I don't know if you ever hear them in shot, but like they'll just yell out because I'll be behind a bush somewhere looking at a rock, and they'll be like, "You talking to yourself again, Jesse?" I'm like, "Yes, not getting the yep. Hold on." Like they know, so they're absolutely good.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, though, man, I still see Benny every Friday for a game of chess. Like he's actually my ex-brother-in-law now, but we're still best mates. But if anyone's wondering where he's gone, because we haven't seen him in any of my videos for over a year, probably. He's full weekend warrior mode with the. He just put a pool in his backyard, and he did a lot of the extra work himself. And he's just like, man, I can't get out this weekend. Like, I'm not going to be able to. But and then Paulie's been busy as well with just a lot of. He's got a. I think he'd be cool with me saying it. He's a granddaddy now.
Yeah.
And then like
congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations,
Hey, Polly,
Paulie.
we miss you.
Yeah, buddy. And just teeing up times to Rockhound has been with your buddies. I will always go further beyond my little comfort zone if I have someone else with me.
Absolutely.
I'll be looking at the grassy bit and go, all the worst case scenarios. Okay, there's going to be a snake in there. They're going to have to get me airlifted out of here. But if my friends are with me, they're like, come on, let's go. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, sure. Totally know what you mean.
Yeah, that's why we haven't seen them. Ian and Lockie, I went for a Rockhound with them too. I think they've only been in 1 or 2 videos. They were in the last video I did with the kayaks. 2 awesome guys. Someone said, "Oh, they look like a motley crew coming out of the creek," and I'm like, "Yeah, but some of the sweetest people, like the sweetest, chill people." So they took me out Rockhounding a little while ago. So
Nice.
yeah, that's where they've been. I don't know how I got onto that topic. I'm doing this too much. Sorry.
It's great. No, you're fine.
Yeah.
We want to hear everything.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
like, yeah, people want it.
Oh, definitely. And the
Yeah,
updates
cool.
are. It's good to hear about everybody. Hey, Gucci.
Gucci, it's okay. It's okay. Okay.
We could just
hi.
market this episode as how to start a YouTube channel with Rookie Rock.
Yeah. I think one of the biggest pieces of advice that I found was from have you guys heard of Vogus Prospecting? He's a gold channel, Australian gold channel.
Yep.
Nope. Absolute beautiful dude. But he did a video just when I started, so that probably was it's been 4 and a bit years. And he was talking about, how to start a successful YouTube channel. And one of the biggest takeaways I took was there was a lot in there, but he had said, just because you filmed it doesn't mean it has to be in there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yes.
And I'll edit my videos and they're like that long. And like, I know some people want longer videos, but also if there's too much in there for people, they'll go, next video or something like that. So I'll edit my video and then be like, if it feels to me like, if I'm like, oh, come on, hurry up this part, I'm like, okay, I need to shorten it. I just need to shorten it just a bit.
Yep.
Or
Sometimes
the camera's moving around a whole lot.
Yeah.
It's a good spot to cut too.
Yep.
Yeah. And you can be like it might be that you miss one rock, but if the viewing experience is better for the people watching, and it sounds so much like it's not about the rocks. It really is about the rocks, but it's also like
It's also about telling a compelling story.
Yeah,
that people stay interested in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have this problem, but do you ever watch your own video in editing so many times that you can't tell anymore if it's interesting at all?
Yeah, that's
when you watch.
That's when you take a break, come back to it, or get a second opinion.
That's why Carly left me. I'm joking.
That was one too many videos.
She's like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah. So I'm sure I'm probably weird and probably not like most people that make rockhounding YouTube videos, but I record every find. So for every, let's see, my videos average 18 to 20 minutes. The last third or quarter is just looking at the rocks. So which means I have about 10 to 12 minutes of footage of rockhounding for all of my rockhounding videos. I will have literally 30 minutes to an hour of raw footage.
Yeah.
Every time.
I'm a good hour and a half now of raw footage, because
Yeah.
like there's, the B-roll, which is the pretty shot, and it'll separate one rock find from another rock find.
Yep.
And the thing is that if you take footage of all of your finds, you might get home and see something you missed when you found that one.
I hate that so much.
Yeah.
I hate when you're rewatching it.
Yeah, and you're like, this rock is so good. So like, if you captured finding it, you can cut back to it and go, remember this rock, or when I found this rock, I didn't realize it, and then cut to, look what's inside there once you've cleaned it up, and the light. Look at those colors or something, and it can just sort of enhance it. It doesn't break the flow of the video either.
Yeah, no. Record more than you think you need to, but that doesn't mean you need to include everything.
That is good. Yeah, write that one down. Y'all that are starting. That's the first really thing. Good.
The first thing I do when I edit, and I know I'm weird because I've talked to many other YouTubers, and I think I'm the only one that does this, because every time I tell them about this, they're like, dude, that sounds like so much extra work that you don't need to do. And it's like, this is just the way my brain works. So when I get home and I'm about to edit a video, I will dump all of the files onto the computer, and then I watch them all individually and write down the timestamp from each clip. And then dump them, like retitle them, dump them in order into Filmora, and then I can just reference my sheet at what time stamps like I need for each video. And then so it adds an extra 2 hours probably onto every video, because I literally watch every single video and then rename them and order them the way I want them to be. But it helps so much. Like, once I get into Filmora, it's like an hour and I'm done.
See, that's great, because like, for me, it's still an editing suite on my phone, but like, as soon as I get home from filming a rock hunt, I crack open a beer and I rewatch what I filmed. It's like reliving the day, and it also gets you excited. You start. That's the minute you start to see the story, because the story might be just even the angles of things. You're like, oh, that is a great shot. I didn't mean to do that. Sweet. And you start to, but I have to watch through them all, and then what I do is I trim the fat, beginning and end, drop them out. But I'll always leave a nice little bit chunk of fat there in case I want to voiceover transition into it, because it leads into that shot sort of thing, or transition. I leave a little bit of fat, but I reckon yours would probably be a little bit quicker, because sometimes I've got to watch the same clips over and over to re-find where it is at, sort of thing.
It's more time up front, but it really, really speeds up the edit once you get into Filmora.
Yeah.
Another like good tip for like if someone is new and you're making like recording content, like if you can like they're saying, upload your stuff to your computer and do it, like get it all in line and order right then and there. Because if you wait like a week and a half, 2 weeks, like I do, and then like you got to like go back and you're like, what goes where? And then
dude,
like, if you don't film your like finds after the video, and you just like they're in a bag somewhere, or you forget where you put them.
Yep. Yeah, I'll have like 5 or 6 videos in any given SD card, and they're never in order. And I can tell you, if you don't just dump them off right when you're done with whatever day, like every time I get home, I dump those files onto the laptop. Because if I had to go back and scroll through all of them and find which videos go to which like file that I need them to go to, it would be a nightmare. Like, oh my gosh.
And
I
gotta grab something. I'll be right back.
Yeah. That sounds like it definitely addresses that take too much video, because I think a lot of people, I know I started off really it's digital, so you can take as much as you want and erase. It's okay. But you might have that weird like conservative feeling where you know, I don't know, like, do I take a shot? Seriously, you can't have too much, but staying organized.
Yeah.
Yes. Because
Wait,
I think that
what
part
did
of
it say? Staying organized? Organized? I'm not organized at all. I'm terrible, but I am with my videos. I'm sorry. That was you guys are like, what's he's having a stroke.
Someone help him.
That's exactly how it feels like to me, though, because
Yeah.
I'll open something up and I'll find that mess that Kurt was talking about, where everything is parsed off and it's just overwhelming, and you don't feel like doing it anymore. Don't let that happen. It's like cleaning up a closet or something. You don't do that to yourself.
Filming is probably the one thing that I'm like hyper organized in. I'm a pretty tidy person. I'm a pretty organized person, except for the shop, because it's just too much for me to keep up with at any given time. But my YouTube stuff is organized to absurd levels. Like I still have every file from all the way back to the very first video I ever made, because they all get labeled in order with what video number it is that got posted. Then it goes into one of 3 different terabytes, external terabytes. So I have literally every little piece of footage that I've ever produced for my channel, I have somewhere.
That's crazy. Another good thing, if you're videoing and editing with your phone, like if you have like an Android phone, you can use those micro SD cards, but with your iPhones, you don't really have that option. They do make these little like flash drives that has like an iPhone plug to it. These things work out fantastic, because like my memory is always full, because I always have videos on my phone that I need to transform into videos. So like just putting it on this, like this is 200 gigabytes, so it's like $30. So it works out well for people that have iPhones.
Yeah, that's great, because guess what? I have footage for my next videos. All my other footage for the last 4 years is just gone.
Yeah, same.
Once I do a video, I can't. My phone's going to get full. Otherwise, I'll be out in the creek and I'm like, crap, the moment's happening and I've got to go through and delete my videos. And it's like,
I've been on trips doing that. Yeah,
you're like,
this is dumb.
But that's my favorite moment.
I was afraid of doing that, which is exactly why all of my footage, the moment I'm done in edit, it gets transferred over to like the moment the video is exported and I know I don't need to do any more work on it, that it goes straight into an external 2 terabyte hard drive.
All right, I'm going to make that commitment. I'm going to start doing that, because it would be fun to have had some of my old footage and sort of even do because I can do recap videos.
Yeah, exactly.
All of those, the recap videos I've done before, I've literally screen recordings of my videos.
Yeah,
like I feel like I'm like copywriting myself. And if I want to use the audio, I've got to be careful, because there's music in the background playing with the musical track I have, and so I'm like, all right, we're doing voiceover, guys. Let's do voiceover the whole way. That's
one of the biggest things, that like a huge reason as to why I held on to everything, because you can't just pull it from your video that's finished, because and when you do that recap, it'll just be like different songs all over the place.
Yeah.
And you can't mute the song just by itself without getting really weird compressed audio. So it helps a lot to have the actual raw footage still, like the raw files that you can go back to. Like last year, for my channel's anniversary last year, I did a big recap video where we recapped a bunch of stuff, and that terabyte helped so much. Those terabytes, I should say, helped so much to get that done quickly, because we went through. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I interrupted.
No, you're fine.
I was going to say, like,
again. So cut me off before it's going.
Well, jump on board, because I'm tangenting too. Those videos are some of my favorites, because it's like you forget how long the year was. You're like, that was this year? Wait, like it's I will not be doing a rookie recap video this year, because I did 6 videos.
I'm almost leaning toward not doing one this year, just because I'm afraid of how long it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Maybe you could just do like your top 10 finds or something like that. I know it would be really hard to hone in, but I like, that's clickbait. I'll click. I love those.
Well, I had like 5 categories last year, and it was best finds, favorite moments, times with fun times with friends, and funniest moments. So I guess it was 4. There's a 5th. No, the 5th one was a joke. That's right. Because I start every single video with "Hey everyone," so I literally just did a big compilation of all of my "Hey everyone's," like in all sorts of different tones. So yeah,
Yeah.
The funny moments was probably my favorite though. It was mostly Wild Kyle being Wild Kyle.
Yeah.
Nice.
I might do another one.
Yeah, it's always fun to sort of try. I don't even think I'm going to have a break for Christmas this year. Normally, I'll have 4 to 5 weeks off of doing videos, which is really only 2 videos for me. But I've had so much time off. I'm really looking forward to getting back in and doing it. Not over pushing it, but just getting back in and being like I'm excited for it, and just sort of, but more for the. I think, and I think there was a big period there where I'd love to say I wasn't focused on numbers. I wasn't focused on numbers, but numbers they do give you something that is not human and it's not natural. And so you go, you spend 2 weeks on a video, and YouTube's great for letting you know. You spend 2 weeks on a video, editing and filming it and getting it all done. You send it out there with the best of intentions, and then YouTube will be like, this is performing 10th out of the last 10 videos, and you're like, well, I don't need to know that.
Yeah.
You liar.
Yeah, it's like, and there is nothing I can do with that information. Thank you. Apart from sit here and go,
yeah. I'm going to say, actually, I know I am very much not like most other people when I say this, but it helps me so much. My peace of mind when it comes to YouTube is so much better after doing this. My analytics page in my brain does not exist. I do not ever look at my analytics ever.
That's good. That's good.
Because whether it's good or bad, it stresses me out. Because it's like, if it's good, it's like, okay, how do we keep it right here? Like, what are we going to do that's going to keep it this way? It's like, okay, here's the thing. YouTube is a constant flux, ebb and flow. It may be on a peak right now. That doesn't mean no matter what, you could do everything perfect, and it could still, and probably will still come down at some point. But, YouTube growth isn't like this. It's like, so
you're going to want your
bad. Oh, sorry. You go first.
No,
you go first.
No, go. I keep doing this.
I was going to say, so if you have a video that does bad, don't beat yourself up over it, because the next video will probably do better. Or, it's just in one of those weird valleys, but there will be another peak at some point. It's just how YouTube is.
and really, the does bad doesn't exist. That's, I don't want to get too, but that's something made up. Like, it's not, there is no gauge on, you can't look up what makes good video and what's bad video.
Yep.
The people watching will decide that.
Yep.
And they do that by keeping watching or by not.
Exactly.
Yep. And you may get like 10 subscribers, and then like in a day or two, you may get negative 40 subscribers, and then it'll go back up. It's just constant, back and forth.
Yeah. It's almost like I'm not like, it doesn't work with my brain. It serves a worse purpose for me to, look at it. And that's sort of what I mean about, I'm really looking forward to not being hindered by that thought process, which I used to have. I wasn't super driven by that, but I would be lying if I said it didn't affect how I felt. And that's not fair to the videos to go.
Absolutely.
And that can stop you from being even better, because you might think one thing that you did was the reason for people not liking it, when they might have absolutely loved it, and you've got no guidance on what it was.
It could have been a perfect video.
And
you just had a bad thumbnail, and there's really nothing you did wrong other than not having a great thumbnail.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Anyone who wants to start a channel, thumbnail. It is like the most important thing.
Yeah. I thought that was BS when I first started.
Me too.
Dude,
it's so important.
they're not going to see what you created, your art, if they don't want to click that little thing. Sorry,
Subtitled?
Carl. Hi, Carl.
The one thing that I've done too, I've actually turned off the notifications for YouTube Studio on my phone, so I'm not checking it every 5 minutes. Like
Me too.
Yeah. Same
I
thing.
check it sometimes, but not as often as I used to. Because if you get obsessed with checking it every 2 minutes, you're just gonna it's gonna not be good for your mental health. So just
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah.
turn off the
Yeah, no.
notifications. The comments will be there when you get to it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Another good tip, when I go back to the thumbnails, when you make a thumbnail, make sure it's something from your video. Don't use something that doesn't have anything to do with your video, because that drives
It's
me
clickbait.
crazy.
Yeah.
I will
You've
click
gotta
off so fast if
yeah,
it's not in your video.
You've got to earn your viewers trust, and
Yes.
nothing will turn someone off someone else if you can't trust them. Like if I click on a video and I'm like, dude, that's going to be sweet. I don't really see it much in the rock hounding, but with bigger YouTube videos, it probably, even 10 years ago, it wasn't policed, and it was like clickbait was just
Everywhere.
a baby, and it was
Oh gosh.
booming. There was bikini girls, or there was fast cars, and it wouldn't matter if it was in the video or not. And so the view count doesn't dictate how good a video is.
Yeah. Pretty much.
I can tell you that one of my most watched videos has the lowest retention rate.
Oh,
And
interesting.
I can't stand the thumbnail, but I don't want to change it because it's working.
Yeah, exactly.
It could be just that it's shown so much. Like there's a click-through rate, which means every time that a thumbnail is shown, it tells you how many times people click on it, the percentage of it. And so like if it's shown 100 times and clicked 10 times, it will have a really bad click-through, or not, it would be a good click-through rate, really. A 10% click-through rate, whereas if it's shown 10 times and clicked 10 times, same amount of views, but that one's like 100% click-through rate. So it's almost like you've got to be an accountant to understand it. And it's, as a creating person, it's not worth your possible mental stress and time.
Yeah. Because it can. Whether it's good or bad, you're keeping too close of an eye on your analytics can completely derail you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, like any other art, you can't take every comment to heart either. Like not only the analytics and what the bots decide or don't decide is great about your video, but also if people, leave the schmersy comment here and there, you gotta move right along there too.
Yeah.
Those also used to derail me for weeks to months when I
just delete them.
You get to a point where you get this little weird thing in your brain where it's like someone can leave just the nastiest comment and you're just like, okay, bye. And
do you know what I do is because I'm so like, no, why don't you like me? I'll like, if someone's rude to me, I'll actually type out a reply, get it out of my system, delete it, and move on.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like not hit send, but and it lets me it lets my little tantrum self go, no, you suck.
I'll usually not. I don't think unless it's like super crass. I think I've only deleted like 1 or 2 negative comments. Because I don't know. It just
I've pinned some
There's still
before.
comments.
There's still comments. But like if I get a real negative one, I'll just pin it and be like, have at it, everybody, because everyone else will see it and be like, really? Well,
oh my gosh,
there's
that's
some
a
chum
great
in the
idea.
water.
Yeah,
that's hilarious. I might have to do that.
I know, and I mean that doesn't work in the sense of positivity and stuff like that. But I mean, the biggest thing is to ignore it. And if it means deleting it, blocking the person, I mean, it would have to be pretty bad to block someone. But there has been times where I've blocked people when they've come back a second time. And I'm like, you know what? This is my sand pit. You're not allowed to play in it.
That's why
If you can't
the
be nice.
mute option
Mhm.
is wonderful because they don't know
Ah.
they're muted. They'll still leave comments, but no one can
Oh.
see it.
Ever.
Oh, I
And
like them
ever.
knowing.
I think it's great that way because I probably have some trolls out there that have been commenting on all of
Oh,
my
yeah.
videos for 2
Oh, that's
years now, and they don't
hilarious.
know it. It's like,
Yeah, true. And they're like, oh, we're getting him so good right now.
it's like, oh, haven't seen it in years.
Oh, that's true.
I never block. I just mute.
I sort of go, my sandbox. Stay out.
Stay out of my sandbox.
I haven't had
But that's
one.
not that's not in saying that I don't like criticism.
Mhm.
I
There's a difference between nasty comments and criticism, like actual
Yeah.
criticism.
yeah, and there's times where I've tried to talk it around with someone, and it came out good, and the person was actually just like every single person in the world, having a bad day, taking it out
Mhm.
where it doesn't matter, where he thinks it doesn't matter, and then they're good, and they have watched other videos since and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
that's very rare that you're going to change a troll's mind.
Yeah,
They're probably
it's-
going to get more excitement and games out of it.
This is just not even. Don't feed the troll. Like,
Don't feed the troll.
don't feed the troll. Like straight up,
No.
just
That's
drop
good
it.
advice.
Yeah.
So much good advice for everybody.
I was gonna say, I feel like we're dropping some gems tonight, and I had no idea that we were doing a how-to YouTube video
Yeah,
tonight.
neither did I.
You're all witnessing this, everyone. It's
Yeah.
happening.
Well, we can always
Everyone
come
feels-
back on track with show and tells.
Hey,
Yeah.
Thank you, man behind the curtain.
You're welcome.
yeah, it's probably
The
good that we
great
got that.
Oz.
I just checked the time. I didn't realize how long we'd been
The
tangent.
ob.
Oh, how long have we been talking for?
I
Oh
don't
wow.
We've been
Garrett.
recording for an hour and 21 minutes.
So
Oh,
who
damn,
It's
okay.
not that bad. Okay.
I know
That's
it's
not
just
as
getting
bad.
warmed up. Well, Jesse, do you wanna show us some of your shows and tells?
I have one shows and tells.
Perfect.
Why don't you show and tell?
Okay, so I don't know what my show and tell is. I'm gonna send through Kyle some footage of it, so he'll be able to put it on the screen. But I see you guys aren't even gonna. It just looks like a big dirty old rock. Does that?
Is that the one you sent me a picture of?
Yeah, it's my
Yeah.
very first fossil ever.
Oh, nice.
Aw,
Yeah,
what is
I
it, man?
don't know.
Is it gastropod?
It looks biological to me.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
very
Is that
organic.
clear enough? It's very symmetrical though, like not
Yeah.
symmetrical, like uniform.
Yep.
It doesn't look like a shell, but then it does. So I don't know. So I'm leaving it up to is it fossils on Reddit?
Yeah.
I've just thrown it up there and I'm like, help. And
Someone
I found
help
this.
me.
Yeah, the cool thing is I never went looking for a fossil. I worked for this vacation. So that's why I like some rocks. There's stories behind the rocks that don't even have anything to do with the rocks. And long after we're dead, that rock is going to get another story from wherever it goes. Like, anyway, getting deep. I was working doing vacation care at the school, and the last time I was there, I made a video where I brought a whole bunch of agates and I sprinkled them out on this bushwalking area, and the kids went and found them and they got to keep them and stuff. I don't have that many agates left to do that with yet, so I wasn't even there the day I was working. They'd been there for like 3 days, and already they'd started raiding the landscaping rocks and putting them in piles, because my friend's like, okay, dude, they know you're coming today, so you're gonna have to come check some of their rocks that they found. I'm like, out of there, like out of the thing? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, I found gold. I think this is a diamond. And I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna have to break their hearts. Like, dude. I'm like, dude, please, why? This is hard. I just wanted to tell them all,
Yep.
Yep.
It's very nice. Yeah.
But it was lucky. So it was mainly river rock and basalt and jasper. So I had to be gentle, but I had to be honest with them as well. That it was, I'm like, so what that is that's quartz, but it's very common. So that's why it won't be worth as much. But if you break it, you can see the crystal formation within it, or just bring it down to talkie talks. And I'm like, they're like, well, can we find any rocks like what you find? And I'm like, look, I'm not going to say no, but it might not be possible here. And I'm walking on, I'm like, what's that? Found my first fossil.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
That
That's
is
awesome.
funny.
I'm
And they're
thinking,
like,
Great timing.
they're like, so how do we find a fossil? I'm like, I don't know.
Fuck.
I'm thinking plant with that. It looks kind of cycad-y
Mm.
in the texture.
It does, and it has a lot more detail to it. Within these little rows is even more tiny little, like, did you see my old man look then? um, age. It's got even more little tiny like raised dots all through it. Like the more I look at it, the more entertained I am by it. And I mean, that's kind of rad that you can look at something, have no clue about what the heck it is, but be really attached to it because it's got something. It is something, and it's old.
Oh yeah.
So that's my
Yeah.
show and tell. Yeah.
Thank you.
Are
Yeah,
you
you're
gonna
preaching to
cut
the
it?
choir there about like falling in love with something that you absolutely have no clue what it is. Like,
Yeah.
but it's a treasure and it's something.
Yep. Exactly.
Just find out.
Sorry, I've got
Some of-
myself
that's it.
muted for a
research is
second,
good.
so I'm
Yeah.
not crunching in your ears, eating
Yeah,
a
and
cough drop.
Oh yes, best way to have them. The other thing is like even if you don't know what it is and you can't find out what it is, I guarantee you the longer that you do rock hounding or fossil collecting or specimen collecting, you'll come across it and be like, I've got one of them, and then you don't have to go out and re-find another one or whatever. So yeah, it's good.
It is good. Yeah.
Well, that's my show and tell.
Thank you.
That's an awesome show and tell.
Thank you, man.
And the community here seems to be pretty good about trying to jump in and give you an idea for what you have too, which is
Yeah, so
kind of cool.
Any of those
so
chatters down below know, let me know.
you could download the app called Rock. Jess.
Yes.
And then go into the map and zoom in where you found it and select it, and I'll tell you the geological background for that area.
Yeah.
And then you can kind of see, it'll give you the time period, and then you can kind of do your research in that time period. Stuff that matches that.
Yeah, heck yeah. Okay, cool. Because I think I know where they got it from too, which is just around the corner. Which, if that's the case, it'd be cool to find more. I'm just happy with that one too. Like it's cool.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not perfect, but it's still rad. I don't know. It's really weird because people come over and they're like, "What is that one?" It's just a rock. I'm like, "No, look at it closely."
Magnifying glass.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
it can be fun just having a mystery too. Like if it never gets solved, it's okay. Just let your imagination go.
I have some fossils like that. Some of my favorite fossils are like that, where I have no explanation for what the heck it is.
Yes.
Sometimes they're not very spiritual, but you like it.
But yeah, exactly. Yep.
All right. Well, thank you, Jesse. Is Ronald okay to go next, or would you like to pass?
Ronald's just dying slowly.
Pass him that coconut water, man.
Yes.
Pass some of that chicken broth.
Yeah, it's coconut water.
Bone broth.
It's supermarket brand coconut water.
Swank.
While my throat calms down, is it okay if Kurt goes next?
Yes.
My throat is freaking out right now.
Kurt, actually, I shouldn't answer for you. Is that okay? Would you like to go next, Kurt?
Yeah, I can go next. Mine's gonna be quick and simple. So, like, the first piece is the piece that I'm gonna do. I'm doing like a commission on. It's this person found this. Is it Arkansas or Alaska? Alaska. This is just a piece of agate and basalt, but their daughter found it in like the shape of like a heart. So I'm just going to kind of grind down this little edge right here, give it more of a round, and then give it a polish and then wrap it. So y'all see this in like a week or two, wrapped.
I think that'll take a nice polish too.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
basalt actually, like depending on what kind you get, some of the more porous stuff, not so much, but that looks like that really
Love
That's
polishing basalt.
really fine grain,
Yeah.
like basalt. So
Yeah.
like, I'm pretty sure it'll take a nice polish.
And the other thing too is it'll take a nice finish. Like
Mhm.
even if it's a what do you call it? Like if it's a juxtaposition. No, I don't even know. Trying big words. Nope, it's gone. It's gone. Even like a difference. Like one's glossy. Wow, it's
Contrasty.
gone. Contrast.
Contrast.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
that hurt.
like-
that hurts so much.
So like the back. Whoops. Hold on.
It's gone.
Oh, man.
Forever.
Kyle, edit in the nuke explosion right there.
Okay. So like the back side is just black and white. Like you have more white here and then or more agate and then basalt there. But on this side, you got agate going right through the center. So I think it adds the contrast.
So cool.
It's one
It'll
of
take a nice
my
polish.
favorite thing about polishing septarians is that the limestone will take a matte polish pretty much no matter how you polish it. The outside on Montana septarians anyway, take a matte polish, but then the calcite seams take like super high gloss. So that contrast just makes everything stand out so well. Like they're so pretty.
It almost makes the calcite or the other material look even more vibrantly polished.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Shinier.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Very nice.
The other piece is the agate that I found the other day. So it's like,
Dude.
Ooh, heck yeah.
so you got,
Yeah.
like, I'll send a video in, but like this whole section, there's little bitty quartz points all in these little bugs area.
Oh, heck yeah.
So like this whole layer right here is quartz, and then you got this like 2.5-inch thick seam of agate with a thin layer of quartz running right down the center, and then on this side you got your quartz again. So
It's a McAgate.
it's a nice little piece. All right, and that's large.
I was gonna say he found your football.
Yeah.
Didn't you guys always talk about the football size agate that you are gonna find?
Yeah, here.
Yeah.
That's what
Go on.
Paulie says. He puts it out there before we ever start. He's like, we want football size agates, Jess. I'm like, I'll lean down to the creek and be like, yes, we want football size agates. So the creek hears us and we're all working together.
Like, when we were like down in the river, there's only like a very little amount showing, like just this little area was showing on the surface. I was like, Tess, that's an agate. She was like, so I grabbed another rock and was sitting there like digging away at the frozen ground. And,
Caveman style. I love it.
It's kind of funny and ironic though that it turns out to not just be like a bigger agate or a medium big agate, like that you have to dig in the cold frozen ground and macerate your knuckles and everything for that whole big thing.
I know. I think I tried getting Tessie to like video it, and like you can hear. I'm not gonna use that as a video, but you can hear me in the video. Like my fingers are frozen, and I can feel like I'm getting like scuffs all on my fingertips because it's just like but it's so cold, but it's maggot.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never
leave me here.
had that.
Go on without me.
It's a good thing that you haven't. It's
No,
not
because
fun.
It's not
I've
fun.
forgotten that
It's not fun.
ground has moisture in it, and moisture freezes when it's freezing, and that makes ice, basically dirt ice.
Yeah,
Yes.
but like being in a riverbed is even worse than just like normal ground.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like
dude.
cemented in basically. Like you gotta break that thing free from the ground before it can come out.
Yeah, I didn't even think that's some hard rock hounding.
Yeah, pretty much.
I like calling those rocks though, where you find like that much of them and there's that much underneath. I'm like, they're like icebergs.
Yeah,
It's it's like I got an iceberg one, yay! So good. Except for when it's in ice. If it's in ice, it's not that fun.
It's not fun.
The actual iceberg. Yeah.
It is not fun.
No, that's right.
That's gorgeous. Yeah, Kurt, you're stoked.
Man.
Are you gonna cut it? Is that what's
when
gonna
I get
happen?
a 10-inch saw from High Tech, which hopefully is soon, this will be. I have a pile of stuff building up from that river that I picked up, that is too large for the 6-inch saw. So as soon as I get the 10-inch saw, I'll be cutting a lot of stuff open.
Oh,
When you say 10, so rookie brain, I probably should have known this by now, but hence the name. See, it works so good. Even though I've been doing it for a long time, I'd be like, I don't know. 10-inch. Do you mean, does that go from?
In circumference, right? I think, yeah.
Yeah,
So like
diameter, I think.
Yeah, diameter. Yeah. So like with the 6-inch blade, I have a clearance of probably about 1.25 inches or so of clearance.
Okay.
And then with the 10-inch blade, I think it's like you have like 3 inches of clearance.
I think we have
Yes.
3 3/4 inch.
3 3/4. Okay.
Okay.
So
yeah,
it's a lot more.
It's
Because
more,
right now I'm just like rotating my
more
rocks, and
Yeah.
half the time there's like a little solid section in the center where I have to get a chisel and stick it in there and hit it.
Think. Yeah.
Yup.
Yeah. If I get a rock that's bigger than that, it's staying there for now. It's just I close the door to the garage and walk away.
Like I've thought about taking the tray off and then just giving myself an extra like 1/2 inch, but then they're probably extremely messy that way.
Yeah, and it could mess with you. Like if you don't, like maybe if you twist the rock a bit or something, the blade could shatter.
I've had so many times where the blade catches and sticks, and then takes the rock, and flings it out of my hand. You're like, no!
And then you got to go get new pants on. Yes.
all right. Well, here's to you getting a 10-inch saw, man. Like,
yeah, dude.
I want to see that thing cut.
Yeah,
Gorgeous.
I will be watching people's channels again. I don't know if I mentioned it while we were recording or if it was the preamble. But like if anyone out there is like, oh, I haven't been able to watch any rock hounding stuff because it just made me depressed that I couldn't be amongst it. So I'm actually looking forward to it. It's like my eyes would be craving it. It'll be a bit of a binge session on rock hounding videos because so yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that. But I do want to let everyone know, like because there'd be times where I'd watch a few videos and my comments, they're just like my thought pattern. It's like ding, 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 ding.
I love rookie comment.
But like, I don't want anyone to think I'm just like off watching them. I had to just
I totally know what
not
you
be
mean.
too aware. And that's why when we're like with the podcast, I'd be like, oh, I missed the chat crew. So I'd like jump in. Hey guys, send my love, still alive. Bye guys.
Which is awesome. We're grateful.
Yeah. All right, that was my last tangent. Promise.
Okay.
All the people in the chat are putting their money on that right now. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Nope.
Who do you have for the next tangent? Is it Ronald or
Yeah.
Jesse?
It could be either of us. It could go either way.
Could be.
Yeah.
I'm going with Kurt.
I think that you'd make a bunch of money. Like,
Yeah.
He's got the best odds.
No.
Probably.
All right, Ronald, do you have a shows and tells? Thank you, Kurt. That was
No,
awesome.
I didn't bring any.
Yeah, that was rad, Kurt.
You got a box of agates right next to it.
No, I'm kidding.
It's a
No, I
bag.
So one of the things I'm doing right now is preparing for a large Black Friday sale. And one of the things I'm doing, well, before I get sick, I should reiterate that not much work is getting done at the moment. Is I'm taking all of my chunks of big ammonites and I'm polishing them. I'm dripping on my laptop. There we go.
You're
They're so
torturing
pretty.
me.
They're so pretty. I
They're
love them.
so good.
They're so
It's
pretty.
worth losing your laptop or your keyboard over.
How did this light turn off? I usually have a light right here on my. Why did you go away, sir, friend? Oh, that's why.
We're right here.
I'm dripping on my.
Don't get electrocuted.
I'm dripping on my mouse. a mouse pad, so it's changing stuff.
Ah,
Right, mice
Let's try
don't
that
work.
again. Is it a little brighter? Yeah, there we go. A little brighter.
That's
I love
beautiful.
these.
Yeah, that
This
is
so
gorgeous.
pretty. Really
Lovely
nicely
pattern.
calcified.
Yeah.
I've got a bunch of these that will be getting polished and then listed. Oh, what next? I guess this. My brain is like, there. It's shutting off, guys.
Don't
I
go.
I'm fading. So the last time I went rock hunting, which was like 3 weeks ago, maybe 4 weeks ago now. Because winter is here in full swing in Montana. Sorry, I'm getting this wet. It's too big to dip. I had one of the best days rock hounding I had all summer. And I am so happy that that ended up being the last hunt that I got this season before the snow flew. Because, man, it was a good freaking day. That video is probably going to be a week or two out still. But I got to show this thing because it's awesome. Look at this big old Montana agate.
What?
Get out.
It has such nice bands. And it's like
Good.
blue. And it probably does not look
Ah.
like anything on the camera right now.
It's probably a little bit less than the glory that it really is, but you can see
Yeah.
like there's a big
It's-
window there.
It's so banded and so mossy. I'm so excited about it. This is one of many that we found that day. It was, oh gosh, it's wet. It's sliding.
Don't drop it. Don't smash the
On
keyboard.
the laptop. Yeah. And then lastly is this thing right here. So Derek said that in that box he sent me to expect some agonized coral. And I'm so excited because this right here is one that he sent me. And if he says he hinted that it's some of the nicest stuff he's ever sent me. And I'm kind of dumbfounded because that includes this thing right here.
Oh,
Oh my
what? You just did magic.
gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, I
Yeah,
love that.
I'm like, I don't know how it can get much better than what you've
That's
already
so
sent me,
cool.
man. Wait for it
It
though.
looks like a 3D of the mountains and clouds from Mario.
Yeah, it
You know,
does.
the-
Oh my
the
god.
old-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait for it though. That's druzy. Is it gonna sparkle for you guys? Is it sparkling?
Oh, nice. Yeah, I see some sparkle.
It's
Yeah.
actually covered in
Sparkle,
druzy.
sparkle, sparkle.
Beautiful.
It's all
Speechless.
druzy.
Oh. That
is what-
stuff takes my breath away, like the formations and stuff like that. I'm like,
It's incredible.
ah.
This is probably my favorite piece he's ever sent me, but I haven't opened that box yet. So it's subject to change, and I can't wait to start recording that video. I was gonna do it today or tomorrow, but now it has
You
to
need to-
wait till I'm not sick anymore. But
Yeah,
yeah,
you need a rest.
Yeah.
this is so awesome. Love
Yeah, that
this
is
thing.
incredible.
This sits on my bench so I can just see it all the time.
That's why we do what we do. Right.
Mhm.
Right there. That
Mhm.
feeling. Those feels.
Mhm.
Other than that, yeah, that's all my shows and tells this time.
Nice.
I've got
I
a
like
bag of tricks, but I think we have actually gone through all of them at this point.
Yeah,
wanna
there was a good
mention-
lightning round last time.
There was it was totally a solid lightning round. Wait, what are you?
Oh, what?
Oh, there is one I missed. South Dakota, Chalcedony Rose.
Nice.
Oh,
That's beautiful.
yeah. You're all about texture tonight. Like
I am,
gloopy
apparently, yeah.
textures. I like it.
sensory.
All about the textures.
It's sensory.
I think that is actually everything though. Let me see. Oh, hey! How much stuff is in this bag, man?
I like it, the endless agate bag.
It's legit
You are a
the endless
magician.
agate bag. I've been looking for this.
Ah,
That's the one I polished.
it's very polished.
That's very beautiful.
I've been trying to find this. It's been in the agate bag, just hidden. All
Who would
right.
have thunk?
That's actually why I have only had one bit of show and tell today, because I knew my other one was in a bucket in the garage, but I could not find it. So it'll be there. It just
We'll
Yeah.
have you on again when you find it.
Yeah.
yeah. Yes.
Because we're gonna need updates.
Yeah, keep looking.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave this out so I don't forget it again. I'm trying to find this thing.
Yeah, don't put that back. Like, we won't
into
see it for you.
the black hole bag that
Or next week.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Pretty much.
One of
No, I
the-
need to take it to the shop so I can swap it out for new agates.
Ah,
Mm.
yes, renew the
Yeah.
bag.
Let the
I like
agate
the
bag
idea.
continue.
All right. Well, thank you. Steve and I well, not just anymore, but we came back from Hampton Butte all smiles and thrilled over the second time. Maybe it was the third time we've been, but I like had my complaints about too many holes and a lot of trash, and I felt kind of the heebie-jeebies of going to a place that was feeling like it was getting used up. And so this time through, we went and we like took a left turn in Albuquerque. We kind of went to a whole different zone in the same area, and it turned out so good. It was so beautiful, and there were filled in holes and that sort of thing. So lots better juju.
Like a better vibe sort of thing. Hey.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It just felt like people were loving on the land, and so you could see where people had dug some pits, and there were like happy seconds float piles, like we don't want these so you can have them, and just it
Yeah.
was night and day. So it's a lovely place anyway, and it just got lovelier, and it was very generous. And so Kurt sent me this piece of yellow cat. This is yellow cat, right, Kurt?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Double checking. And this is the material. This is from Utah, and it's from Jurassic, I think. And then this is the material from Hampton Butte that isn't green. You're usually wanting the green stuff, but it's got these limb casts and petrified woods that I just kept on thinking of Kurt's yellow cat, going like, hey Kurt, if you run out of yellow cat, you could come here and we could although our Hampton Butte yellow cat isn't as old. Apparently it's like, I don't know, 30 million years old, or I think it's between 30 and 40 million years old. And so you're looking for the it's both limb cast, and so it's like usually a jasper limb cast, and then there's the actual petrified wood, and usually that's kind of like a jasperized wood, as opposed to, you've seen some of Theo's beautiful petrified woods from the Yellowstone that are actually agatized, so that you can see like they're clear through a flashlight or whatever. And so you're going for the different colors, and
That's
green
beautiful colors. Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had no idea, because I just never did that well there, because I was in a super bad mood, and me and nature weren't getting along.
We're not friends anymore right now.
That was so sad.
Yeah.
And so like we got to be friends this time. And so this is some of the green that you're looking for. And you can see it's transitioning into that yellow cat, Kurt's yellow cat stuff. And so this would indicate kind of more of like a limb cast type deal. But what's fun about some of this material is that, okay, but then we get to see the grain of the wood too. And look at those different colors.
That's
like
beautiful.
it's green and yellow and red and maroon. So that's like this. It was so exciting in the video. You can definitely hear me like trying to stay calm, and then and so it was a good time. And what you're really looking for, I'm gonna now drip all over my keyboard, because I don't want Theo to feel like he's the only one that does that. And so here's a piece. Did I just put this together wrong? I think I did. Yeah, other side. Okay, so here's a piece of what looks like the green, the appropriate kind of green that you're looking for also, but any colors of green, you know, for petrified wood is kind of like a mind blow. I'm not sure if like that would have represented some of its ring material. Everything out there, sequoia, cypress, you know, the like the dawn redwoods and stuff like that, clear to magnolias and some other trees were present there. So it could have like really big rings, but
Aspen.
I think so.
Just checking.
Sure. And the larch. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this almost looks like the green picture jasper from the same region, or you know, you'd go a little bit farther east, but it's
So
just
beautiful.
yeah, the
Yeah.
limb cast.
That almost looked like a bison eating, like a buffalo
Oh,
eating grass when you did that.
yeah.
Maybe I'm seeing stuff I want to see. I don't know. Just disregard me.
Grazing
No, I
on-
see it too.
Rookie's like, maybe I just got bison on the mind.
Yeah. Yummy. But yeah, the woods and everything turned out to just be what a good time. And so yeah, it's another like that's the dark green that you can get there. And you can see that this has got a creamy agate filling.
Yeah.
And so the woods usually do like an amalgam of just limb cast all the way through to being petrified and everything in between. So you've got like a limb cast that might have like a couple striations of the wood. So as far as identifying goes, it's gonna probably be a while. I'm gonna have to make some thin sections of like tiny little bits that are swimming around in the bigger part of the limb cast. But yeah, it was super fun. And so couldn't wait to share the colorful woods. They're just pretty amazing. Yeah. That's my
beautiful.
shows and my tells.
Yep.
Thanks. And so we're on to the words of wisdom. And so Jesse, do you have some words of wisdom for us?
I at the risk of sounding deep again, just going through everything that I've just sort of been through, which I can tell you I do completely understand. I'm not playing the fiddle. It's nothing compared to what some people, especially in this community, have had to go through while I was away, losing that I know of to beautiful people. So I do want to give my condolences and thoughts to their family, but with some things in life, like make a lesson out of it, learn from it as much as you can. Look at what you contributed to where you got and either replicate it if it's good, or don't beat yourself up for it, but alter it, because otherwise it's sort of, you don't progress, sort of thing. And that's what I've had to be doing a lot of over the last 6 months and stuff like that. Not saying I did anything bad or anything, but it's better that way. And then that pain that you go through for some things is not a waste. Yeah.
That's excellent. Yeah.
The other thing, I did have one more words of wisdom, which is go and see Theo's other channel, because it's really good.
Thanks, man.
Sticks and Stones. No, it's actually it's just rad. I binge watched it and wanted more, and I was like, damn it, like all right, I'll go and watch Bobby Duke then.
Thanks, man. That means a lot.
That's a good way to spend your time.
Thank you for that.
Just say I have a quote, and I don't remember if I'm going to be quoting it correctly, but it kind of ties into what you were saying, and that's the hottest fires temper the hardest steel.
Yep. That's very true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Don't let those lessons go to waste. Have them up when you can, and
Is that your wisdom, Ronald? Nod or
don't get sick. My words of wisdom this week are don't get sick, man. This sucks. This sucks over here in Ronald land, and
sorry.
Vitamin C.
It's all good, man. Vitamin C And I'd say sunlight, but we only have like 6 hours of that anymore in Montana. So
Oh wow.
feels like, not literally, but it's from like 8 a.m. to 4:35 p.m. So not much, but
Yeah,
I'm
feel
fine,
better,
though.
man.
I'm
Yeah,
fine.
I feel for you, brother.
Yeah, that's a drag.
My words of wisdom are: don't get sick. Winter sucks. There you go. Stay healthy, and I hate winter.
Game
But
of Thrones spoiler.
Winter's coming.
Thank you. Thank you,
Yeah.
Ronald. How about you, Kurt?
So I have two, I guess. I was trying to figure out what I'm going to say. So the first one is, if you're getting into rock hounding and you need help, or not sure where to go, what to do, you have social media, you have rock clubs possibly near you. You have most cities, towns have a library. You can find rock hounding books in libraries, and then the internet. So those are good resources to use. And then another thing that Tessie told me, if you are rock hounding or digging or whatever, wear gloves, so you don't like cut up your fingers or get frostbite or anything of the sort. Like there was like out in Texas, like I thought it was like a area where I could hunt artifacts, and then like as I'm digging, I'm realizing I'm digging in like probably a dump from like the early 1900s, and I'm like slicing my fingers up with broken glass.
Damn.
And so like,
and just going, the ground's wet here with this
Yeah.
red stuff.
Yeah, like there's a bunch of like burnt glass from like like early in the 1900s. So wear gloves when you're digging, picking up rocks, because you don't know if rocks are toxic. And then or if you're like pulling up poisonous grass, or out in the winter digging frozen ground. So wear gloves.
That's excellent. I don't know about you guys, but it's awful when you get to your destination, especially if you are actually digging and you forgot your gloves. And
Yep.
it's gonna get gritty.
Yeah.
It's when you just bring an extra pair of socks.
Or not
wish
even an
I-
extra pair. You just go barefoot.
Yeah.
In your shoes.
I was gonna say, I
Sweater
wish I
shoes.
was joking.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
legit forgot gloves and just went to our bag like on a camping trip. It's like, all right, pulling out the socks. You
Yeah.
need something.
Yeah, definitely. So two pairs of gloves or two pairs of socks, whichever
just
when
Bring an extra pair of
you
socks
prefer.
with you everywhere.
Great wisdom. Right on. Thank you, Kurt. And mine is remember stuff. And when I say, that's kind of like, I guess, a boiled down version, kind of like from, but my dad was cleaning out a bunch of his cupboards and drawers and things like that. And I just happened to catch him on the phone, and he started down memory lane. I just found this, like, it was like in time with him, like finding a photograph or a card from 15 years ago from you for Christmas or something like that. I mean, it was really cool to hear him remember all of this stuff. It was like such good time spent. And so I was just thinking about it. I happened to be walking one of the dogs, and so we went 4 miles while my dad was talking. I just keep on walking.
Yes.
And
Yes.
yeah, my take home though, like when I got home, I was just like, wow, that is so cool. And he let me in on that. So not only like remember stuff, but you might want to share the stories with somebody too, because they probably will value that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And listen, like I know we talk about our grandparents sometimes, like, oh, I've heard that story before, but man, they could be reliving it, and that's all they want to do. They just want someone to listen.
Totally. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
valuable. It's valuable for you to remember your stuff, and then
For them.
and listening and imparting, like he told me stories about my grandmother that I had never heard, just because things were getting dislodged and tangents.
Yeah.
Gotta love them.
Yeah.
That's the other part of the wisdom is just tangents.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't like tangents.
We don't know about those here.
I don't support tangents.
I'm mayor of Tangent Town.
Does that make me
that's
sheriff?
your, next week's channel name.
Mayor of Tangent Town, or just I don't support tangent.
I would be intrigued to see that channel. Yeah, Mira Tangent Town. You know you got to click that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, I've got real quick Rockhounding words of wisdom. Wear sunscreen. Like, and I know it sounds stupid.
No, it's not at all. I think me and Kurt just instantly laughed because we're like, there's like so much snow on the ground right now.
Oh yeah, exactly.
But no, that's great advice regardless of where you are.
Because I did, but I never wore as much as what I should have. And Carly would be like, "Did you put sunscreen on today?" I'm like, like once. But I'm not saying it's from this or anything like that, but like, so wear sunscreen, get your skin checked. I don't know if that's you guys
You're
there?
still there.
For a second.
I'm still there.
See ya.
Okay, cool. And get your skin checked, because even if you're just a little, I don't know how it works in the States or where people are from, but like, I went and got checked and I'm absolutely fine, but skin cancer on my arm. And I'm only 40, and like,
yep.
And it was just something I was like, I probably should get that checked. And they're like, lucky you got that checked. And then came back and took a big chunk out of it and everything like that. And I'm like, dude, I thought it was like a grandparents that had, skin cancery stuff. And yeah, and it just it's not worth it if you leave it go too long.
Yep.
So that's my my good words of advice.
That is because
Yes.
if you're rock hounding legally, you're probably outside.
Yeah. That's a fair assumption.
If you're rock hounding illegally, don't worry about it. You're
good. Yeah, you're good.
You're good. Yes.
Well, with that, Jesse, thank you so much for being on the show. And is there any place other than YouTube, as far as your socials, that people can hunt you down and see what's going on?
I don't. I have an Instagram, which I think is rookie_rockhounding. I am on Reddit, but I just sort of post. Does anyone know what this is? I haven't been on my Instagram for a long time, but I need to start. Sort of. I've got a lot of time on my hands lately, so it's going to be good to sort of maybe jump on that a bit more, better.
Or betterer.
So,
yeah. Would love to see that.
Always check the community tab as well, for the YouTubes, because I haven't posted on there for a long time, but my last post sort of says what's happening and I will be back. But and also you can look in my description, I think it is, or the thing in YouTube where it has my email there. I suck at answering that. I'm really bad at answering things, and it's not because I don't care. It's because I just am like busy brain, and
I relate.
Yeah. So
would somebody, like, if they sent you something, would it be more than likely that you'd read it though?
On the it sounds so bad. To get my attention, message on like a video even, and just be like, hey dude, I just sent you this. And I'm like,
I've done that 100 times. Hey, Rocky.
Yeah. And it just all caps.
Yeah.
Insta. And I'll be like,
shouting.
Yeah.
I have done that before.
I've done that too.
Yeah. So bad.
Oh no, it's fine.
At least
everybody's
people
sort of
know
like
it's across the board. Like I'm not just doing it to one or two people.
Yeah, no, that's how I am too.
Yep.
Yeah.
I want to thank you guys massively for having me on here, and it's just been nice to sort of get back. I feel like this is my first leg up back into getting back into the thing. It's just I've missed everybody, and it's really rad to catch up and hi to all the people down in the talkie talk
Shit.
bits. Yeah,
I
the
believe I
OGs.
speak for everyone here and the whole Rockhounding community when I say we love you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man,
Definitely.
I
We
love the
love
whole
you.
Rockhounding community. Hey, thank you guys. Thank you
So
guys so
good.
much.
And so make sure to go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to put a time down so that I don't. I need a deadline. So like, new video will be out within 2 weeks.
You heard it here,
There we
folks.
go.
Yeah.
There we
Oh,
go.
that hurt.
You
I
did it. Good
instantly
job.
regret doing that.
Breathe.
It could
I'm
be
not
sooner. I'm
healthy
not
enough
sure.
to be wooing.
I'm, glad- I'm privileged though that you used that last woo for me.
That's the last woo in me.
Oh.
Oh my goodness. All right. And so everybody go ahead and leave comments down in the comments for Jesse and all of us. Check the description for our email. You can go there for an invite to our Discord. And then also we're getting those shows and tells ready for the next viewer show and tell, and we would love to see yours. Your special rocks or the uglies or whatever it is that you want to share with us. And for that, that would wrap up yet another Rockhound podcast. Again, thank you so much, Jesse, for coming. Thanks for staying all the way to the end. All of you viewers out there, we love you.
Thank you guys.
And rock on. We'll see you next time. Cheers.
Bye. Bye, Kyle.
Fuck off. Meow.